Today we're going to show you how to turn this into this. Hey everyone, I'm Chandler and this is Damaged Darts, where we specialize in converting ordinary Nerf blasters into extraordinary prop blasters from popular video games and movies, and show you how you can do it too. If you like what you see on this channel, won't you be so kind as to smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a thumbs up like, and a positive comment below. Let's get started.
Now we found that it was helpful to use a painter's spatula, but you can also probably use a screwdriver to help you open the top shell so that you can get to the electronics cord to remove that. And after you get the top shell off, you'll notice 3 small screws. You're going to want to remove those so that you can open up the entire blaster to get to the internals. And here's what the inside of the blaster looks like. Now we found that there are no modifications that you can do to improve the performance of the blaster, but we thought we would just show you how things work and how it looks on the inside if you choose to dink around with things in there and do some of your own modifications. The only thing you're going to need to take out is the blue and black barrel front end that the darts go into, and stuff that area with newspaper before painting because you don't want to get the front end of the barrel gummed up. However, if you're just interested in doing the paint modifications, go ahead and fast forward to minute 15 of the video.
Alright, so next I'm going to screw this back together because I don't want any of these technical parts like falling out or anything like that, because there's quite a few small parts in here that are loose and I want them to stay where they're supposed to stay. And then I'll go ahead and sand off the areas that I want to sand off and then finish it up with a paint job. Alright, so when I actually put the clamshell back together and I tried priming this blaster, I was having some issues with it misfiring and kind of not catching on the ring back here, and that was because this right here was not aligned properly onto this piece. You can see this post right here. There's another one of these that is hidden underneath this black piece, and this black piece has a track on it, and you need to align the blue post down here in this corner along the track on this black piece. And just be patient with putting everything back in here. If it pops out, make sure it's correctly aligned before you put it back together, and then you should be good to go on that.
Yeah, and then they can pause their video, the video at this point, and then use this as a reference picture too.
Yep, alright. Alright, so one other thing you need to make sure that is aligned in your blaster before closing it up is this white piece here. I had mine like way up here and out of the way at some odd angle like that, but make sure it pushes in and sets in, and it should stay like this. There's a groove on the back side right there, and it's supposed to stay along that, and that's to keep it from moving up all the way. So make sure that's in alignment along with all of these pieces. This piece tends to pop out a lot. Make sure that rubber gasket is pointing towards the barrel and not towards the piston here.
Alright, next we're going to need to take out the electronics component from the top shell. This is the part that lights up the spikes on the top of the blaster, and they are held by 4 little screws. So we're going to take those out, and then the 2 components will easily slide out. Next we use some painter's tape to go along all of the center silver piece and completely cover that entirely with painter's tape, because we are going to be working on the blue sections first for painting. And we use a combination of bright pink spray paint and metallic blue spray paint, and just went back and forth in very light spritzes until we got the look that we wanted. After that, I started work on the midsection of the blaster using some painter's tape and a pencil. I just lightly rubbed over the edges until the outline appeared, and then cut along that outline to make a template and put the tape inside the little holes and these little blue notches you see on the blaster, because we're going to keep that bright blue and we don't want that getting painted. And after I finished that, I went ahead and started coverage of the purplish blue areas with painter's tape, just going along the contours and lines there first, and then covering the rest with newspaper. And once we got that ready, we went ahead and spray painted the gray center area with some dull metallic silver spray paint. Once we got the spray paint on, we used a mixture of black and umber brown acrylic paint and just mixed that in equal parts with a little bit of water to thin it out, kind of like thin mud. And this is to mimic a greasy grunge look to it, and you just basically brush over the entire blaster and then take a paper towel while it's wet and wipe it all off, leaving little bits and nooks and crannies of the blaster to give it that grunged, battle-worn look. Now it will tend to dry a little fast, so you can also take another paper towel that's damp with some water and then just buff over that, and that'll kind of re-moisturize the paint and wipe off what you don't want. And you just basically go back and forth painting over it and wiping it off until you get that grunged, battle-worn look that you want. And after that, we just seal everything in with some clear, flat acrylic spray paint. Then we've 3D printed the spikes out of clear PLA plastic. We'll be leaving a link in the description below where you can get your very own for free on Thingiverse.com, or you can PM us here on YouTube or on Instagram if you're interested in purchasing a pair from us.
Alright, we're here at the firing range and I'm going to test this out on our Nerf target here. If you guys haven't seen the video that we did on that, just click the card here. Alright, so here it is in the dark here, and it has a selection for ammo counter, so every time you pull the trigger, one spike, the lights turn off on each spike, and then it resets itself. And then there's also a demo, so when you pull the trigger, it goes through its own thing and just shows you what it can do, and then it'll turn itself back on, and then just kind of glimmers, and then it turns the spikes off there. Here it is in ammo counter mode in the dark. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on upgrading the Boomco Halo Needler Blaster. If you guys haven't subscribed to our channel, just click the double D icon down below. You'll help us create more cool content for your enjoyment and inspiration. Also check out a few of our other videos. Until next time, I'm Chandler, and this is Damaged Darts.